Now to an exclusive troubleshooters investigation. Developers here who own high-priced real estate all over town have figured out a way to get a big break on their property taxes. And News 4 troubleshooter Jay Avila joins us now live to explain what he has discovered. Jay?
Well, Randy, many Texans have livestock on their property or do some kind of farming, and they receive an agricultural exemption, a discount on their property taxes. But when you see the tax break some developers are getting, you'll wonder if it's really agriculture or just bull.
My fireplace, which I actually love.
Danielle Cunningham is one of many homeowners upset property tax bills keep going up every year.
So nothing's changed. Why does the property value increase so much, so fast?
That's not the case for everyone. Take this prime piece of property right on the Highway 281 North Access Road at 1604. 9 acres already being advertised for development.
I don't see any cows or crops out here. It looks like a big overgrown field. But the property owner got a big tax break for wildlife management.
Initially, the appraisal district denied the ag exemption, but the owner, M2G Ventana Limited, also listed as Milam Real Estate Capital, agreed to put out water and food for birds and squirrels and periodically count the birds. That was enough. Its 2016 appraisal value dropped by more than 2/3, from $1.7 million down to $523,000. Milam Real Estate Capital's managing director told us someone would call us back with a comment, but so far we haven't heard back. That's not the only example. We obtained a list of 85 properties that were initially denied an agricultural exemption last year. But the owners appealed, were given the exemption, and only paid a fraction of what their taxes would have been.
I am up on the far northwest side off of Gom Road, and just over the fence here are 2 large pieces of property valued by the appraisal district at $1.4 million last year. But the developer fought to get an ag exemption, and that lowered the property value down to $1,300 for both pieces of property. So they ended up paying $32 in property taxes.
The owner at the time was 4GB1 LLC, the Growthuse family, which owns MG Building Materials. President Larry Growthuse did not return repeated phone calls for comment. Earlier this year, the property was sold to New Leaf Homes. We want to make it clear these developers didn't break the law. They're taking advantage of what the Bear Appraisal District allows them to do. Chief Appraiser Michael Amesquita says the legislature sets the requirements for getting an ag exemption.
Why aren't the owners of those properties paying taxes based on the full value of their land like we do?
The appraisal district has a duty to approve those accounts irrespective of how we feel about it. So, you know, we may suspect that that's less than ag, but the fact of the matter is, if it meets the requirement of law, we're going to approve it.
If a developer changes the use of the land, there is what's called a rollback. They must pay back the tax savings they received plus 7% interest for up to 5 years. But the appraisal district has to be aware of the change, and developers who've owned the land longer than 5 years still come out ahead.
But it certainly is to the detriment of every other taxpayer that doesn't have that same benefit.
Small people don't have a voice anymore.
So why isn't the legislature cracking down on this? Because it's going the other direction. Several bills still active in Austin would expand the agricultural exemption and do away with interest on those rollback payments. So we will now take this issue to your legislators, and we'll let you know what they say. Reporting live in far North Bexar County, I'm News 4 troubleshooter Jay Avila.